Well, hello and welcome to this special edition of Not Just Crew. As you know, Wednesday is not normally a day we do broadcast, but as you know, a few things have been going on in the group. Quite upsetting, actually, really, and quite a shock. It's not how we expected things to go, and we're going to go a bit more into that. But just let you know, the situation has been resolved. So just join us in a few seconds. I'll run the titles. We'll see you shortly.
Not Just Crew has been internationally inspired by you.
Well, hello and welcome back. So the situation this week, which has got to be resolved, was a crew member really kindly, honestly, this is why this group is absolutely amazing, pops up a post telling another crew about their job. Now, this isn't illegal. It's community. It's what we do. But somebody took that. This is what I can't believe. Somebody actually took the time out to write to that company saying they were being discriminated against. Now, the poor member was absolutely and quite rightly distraught. I mean, she had to go into work for a meeting. Won't mention any names, but it has been resolved in a positive way. Now, that causes a bit of concern of how public some of our posts were. Now, when we first started this group, the posts were definitely private. Now, what happened, although the group was public, to join, you had to become a member, and you couldn't see posts at that time. And the reason we know this is that when we first started this, to enable crew to see these posts or even this show, they had to join. So, so I don't know what's happened. Perhaps Facebook have changed their settings. Now, as this group grows, algorithms are changing all the time. So believe me, yesterday, and as I'm sure you've seen from the group, was really a full-on day for both Simon and I to try and come up with some options that work for everyone. Now, we've got a lot of new members. Just to let you know, it's more than just a Facebook group, because we had a few inquiries about the different options. Well, we'll go through them. But anyway, look, I'm going to bring in my friend and colleague Simon now, and we're going to have a quick chat. First of all, I'd like to ask him his views on yesterday, because I say it really was full on. So welcome, Simon. Hello, mate. Hello. Oh, he's covering his
Hello.
face.
How are you doing, Trev?
Yeah, well, like you, I usually have the Wednesdays off, you know, after we sort of have the show on Monday and doing all our bits and bobs in the background. Usually it's a day I can sort of sit back and do my own bits and bobs, but not today or yesterday. No. And for crew out there, I've got SCP coming up as well.
Oh, well, don't worry, David got you, man. He's your go-to guy. He's sort you out. He's got all the answers to your questions. Don't worry. But yeah, obviously, good. Just to kind of go over, we've been talking quite a lot over the last few days, and we do on a regular basis anyway, but the last 3 days has just been crazy. It's for somebody to go out the way to do that to one of our members is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, it's like, I just don't get it, because when we created this group, as you all know, in this group, it's from a good place. It's from nothing but a positive nature. We all have each other's backs, and we all want to support and encourage each other. And for somebody to be able to do that, I mean, we don't know if it was somebody outside the group or within the group. Anyway, it's irrelevant. It happened, and it's not going to be tolerated, basically. But like Trev said, we've spoke to the person who was affected by it, and thank goodness nothing bad has come about it career-wise. And but yeah, we've just kind of like it's made us review what we need to do with Not Just Crew. if it has gone public to the extent as what it has, because clearly it's visible to everybody now. Employers of, the members that are in here, obviously watching your posts. So I will just to add, before we do go any further, if you are thinking about posting anything controversial or anything, that is not kind of like what our guidelines are in this group, just really think twice now, because if you do, it could have massive consequences with regards to your career or future careers. So please just keep it as it should be. Pleasant, positive, encouraging, helping people, each other out, and putting the job opportunities out there, and just like supporting one another. And also, just like be careful of your text that you're putting in there, like with the job opportunities or just anything really. Just be kept mindful of the nature of your wording. It's something that you shouldn't really have to think about, but like obviously it is while it is public. So guys, I just want to say thank you for bearing with us, because me and Trev have come up with quite a few options, and that's why Trev put them out there yesterday for us to all go through together tonight. Option 1 to 4. 4 was just to put out there just because we'd put it in there. We knew that was what the outcome would be and the reaction would get, which is we totally understand, and we just thought we'd put it in there anyway. But yeah, we just want to go through those options, but don't forget why we created this group. It was to give you the best possibility and the chances to get where you needed to be for the future. Because of what's going on with this pandemic and everybody's struggling and suffering mental, financially, career-wise, for so many different reasons, whatever it may be, individual and personal to you, people are struggling and people are looking for support. They're not getting it from the airlines that they used to fly for. They're getting it from our group, our community, from you guys, okay? Make this group what it is. Keep it going. Keep the positivity going and the love and the warmth, right? And keep opportunities presenting for our group, because this is what it's fueled with, right? It's you are the heart and soul of this group, guys. Don't ever forget that. So we've come up with options, Trev, haven't we? We've come up with options for you.
No, we have, and they have been thought through. They weren't chucked together, hence why I probably wasn't as vocal as I could have been yesterday. But before we go into them, just going back to something Simon said, and just for clarification, you can put jobs up here as long as you're not saying that no one can apply other than cabin crew. It's just like passing the word around. I heard about a job, so I sought clarification on that. So yeah, carry on posting the jobs. We're not sure exactly how public the posts are, because some seem to be, some aren't. But anyway, these are the options we've come up with, and from what I could see, because I didn't get much sleep the night before that, but some of the discussions went very vocal all through the night, which surprised me considering how many people are sort of furloughed. It's different when we're all around the world, different time zones. But anyway, so I'll bring myself back in, and what we'll do, option 1. Now, we will clarify each option, and I'll sort of bring Simon to get his views. But option 1 basically was to make this group private straight away. Charge of a subscription of £1 a month to every member. Now, this would mean, again, 100% privacy, absolutely no advertising. Now, even as writing this, we could already see some problems would occur. How many people would subscribe? How many people who said they would subscribe would actually do it? We'd also need to bring in almost another administration team to sort of chase people up who haven't paid. Now, we're not there to get on people's back. We're there to give people information and help out. So we can see problems with that straight away. And plus, the main thing, and I'm sure Simon will agree with me, is we never, ever set out to ask you guys for any money whatsoever. That most certainly is not. I mean, I've got to be honest, I would feel really uncomfortable asking anyone for money. I mean, we did this group, our first episode, 37 people and a dog watching, but it's built up. So, but we've got to put the option out there, and you'll get a chance to vote on it. Anyway, I'll bring Simon and see what what your thoughts on that, Si.
Show me the money.
You mercenary.
You put me the money. No, listen, absolutely. It's like we had to put option 1 in there just to kind of like, because we had to create options. Okay. Now subscriptions, like Trev said, it sounds like an absolute nightmare, and we never ever want to be asking anybody for any money. Absolutely no. That's not what it's about. But we do need funding from somewhere, right? But we'll get to that later on. But there's no way that we want our communities, our members, and we would never, I'm just uncomfortable as hell asking for money unless it's me mum and dad, you know, and like, where's me pocket money this week? Where's me 50p? I want to get me fizz bombs and me fruit salads and me, can I say that word, can I? Not this day and age. But anyway, yeah, we're so uncomfortable, like even going down that road, so not an option. However, so we had to put it in there. Yeah, I forgot. What was it recorded? I was too busy getting caught up with the money there.
I know, you built yourself up into such a frenzy there. No, the idea was we charge a monthly subscription, very small amounts, but either of us aren't comfortable about asking for money. Secondly, to administrate, would be an absolute nightmare. Yeah. And the last thing we want to do is chasing people saying, "Oh, you haven't paid your subscription." So, but we put the option out there. I'm not sure if that's an avenue we really want to go down. But again, the vote will be open to you guys. I think we're going to put the final poll out tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see that. Unless you've got any more comments on that one, I shall go to option 2.
Yeah, option 2.
Yeah, option 2. Right, option 2. I've got to admit, this is my preference, and I'll go over it roughly, but I shall tell you why afterwards. We set the group to private from April the 1st. No joke. I was waiting for Simon to butt in there, everyone. But yeah, it won't be April Fool, but it will be April 1st. Now, the reason we can't do it straight away is because we've got other considerations. Now, in order to bring content to you, and I must, again, a lot of new members might not even know this, it's not just a Facebook group. There was a few comments on yesterday. Why have you got to charge for a Facebook group? You don't. Facebook groups are free. But we're not just a Facebook group. We have iTunes, we have Spotify. We put audio podcasts out. This is something a lot of people didn't realize. We've just launched our YouTube channel, which will get better and better. Literally, as soon as we're allowed to go on locations, we've got some amazing programs for you lined up. We've got Instagram, but all this costs money. Video, sound, produced, even this what we're doing here now has to be paid for, and it's been coming literally out of our pockets. Now that's not a problem, because I always sort of looked at advertising anyway, and a lot of advertisers are interested in crew, but like you, my kids like luxuries like bread and things like that, so we got to look for a way to actually sort of no, they do, believe it or not, but no, I mean, we've had to invest in equipment. So right, option 2, again, we set the group to private on April, let's call it the 2nd, right? Just to chuck that out there.
Yes.
Okay. And this will mean that the actual Facebook group will be 100% invite only and 100% private. But we need, and I think we're pretty much there, we need 10,000 members. Now, why do we need 10,000? Because that really wakes up the advertisers. All of a sudden, 10,000, it's a game changer. Absolutely changes. All of a sudden, companies get interested in advertising with you, which again, it means we can bring you this content. It's really, honestly, you've got to see what we've got coming up. This really exciting content. But we will need a favor from you, and that favor will take you seconds. It's to subscribe to our YouTube channel, invite 2 members that you know are cabin crew into the Facebook group there, and if you could subscribe to our podcast channel on iTunes as well. Again, I mean, not just doing it, there's some amazing material on there, and it's going to continue to get better. I've gone off scripted, so let's have a look. Yeah, so we asked for assistance. Yeah, in fact, I think I've pretty much read that. Oh yeah, another reason is that the group. And I'm sorry, Si, I know you don't want to come in, and I will. But the other thing is, in future, this group we want it for crew, current crew, ex-crew, because once you're crew, you're always crew. But also future crew. My girls want to become cabin crew, and I know Simon's do as well. So we've got to broaden the scope for interest, and plus you've got to remember you've got valuable advice you can give to ex-crew, crews starting their business. So that's the sort of community, and people close to the aircraft as well. So it's going to be aviation based there. Sorry, Si, I shall bring you. I'll bring you that point. I've been speaking long enough.
That's listen, Trev, that's exactly what I was wanting to come in there with, right? It's not just crew, this, right? It's not just crew. It's got a few meanings, hasn't it? You're not just crew because you're so much better than that, but not just crew. But it is ultimately travel industry, aviation, orientated. Okay. Now I've been getting messages, right, and they get me upset this because I've got customer service agents at Heathrow, Gatwick, different other airports as well. Not just customer service agents, I've got baggage handlers, I've got all individuals who all have lives, all have families, and all have aspirations. Some want to be crew still, some want to go off and do other things, join the NHS or join the police force, but they all have one common interest, okay? And it's the airlines, it's aviation, it's airports. God, I love airports. I'm a freak when it comes to airports. I don't love the building. I just love what's in the airport. I love watching the people around. I love the atmosphere. I love people. I think it kind of hit the nail on the head with love. Actually, when you see people coming and going, when you see people saying goodbye to each other, welcoming each other back, airports are an amazing emotional place to be, right? A lot of the times, for crew, leaving an airport, we kind of be asked, it's for God's sake, oh God, unless you're with your mates and you're going somewhere cool and you're going to have an absolute mega time for 5 nights, all on the house of your airline, which is not so bad. But 9 times out of 10, you normally go to Orlando or JFK and you can't be bothered, can you? So a bit of a naff place. But airports, when you're on holiday, what a wonderful, vibrant, colourful and just exciting place to be. So everybody who works in aviation, everybody who works in the travel industry, we all have that love, we all have that passion to fly, to travel, to experience so many different things. And we all have that common interest. And we all still need to look out for each other because we all still have those goals and aspirations to do different things. I've had messages over the last few days and they want to be cabin crew. And they're like, they think they're asking, is it okay to be in this group still? And because people are saying, oh, well, I thought this was cabin crew kind of thing. Well, it was at the beginning. Honestly, guys, it absolutely was. But as the numbers grew, as the content became more fulfilled and so much more to give you, I was getting so much more interest from other aviation, travel industry minded people. And I can't turn me back on these people. I swear to God, I cannot. If they're looking for help and they're looking for career advice and they're looking for options, and they're struggling financially, I cannot turn my back on these people, okay? So I opened it up to not just crew, when me and Trev did talk about it, to build a wider community, and that's what we've done, and that's why the numbers are bigger, and we want them bigger, and we want everybody to kind of look out for each other as well, and still support each other, because you're not just crew, and it's not just for crew. Travel industry people, okay, guys? Please support each other, please encourage each other, and I beg you to keep giving the support that you are doing within this group for everybody, because it's invaluable. Everybody is getting jobs because of it, because of you, because what you do. Okay, so listen, just go to Trev, please.
Okay, yeah, no, thanks for that. So yeah, just to add a couple of things on there. Well, and what a lot of this group don't realise, especially new members, I think up to date, we've literally assisted nearly 400 people just into NHS jobs alone. People who this time last year didn't even consider. And we put special programs out because it does take research behind, because I don't know too much about the NHS, and we've got other people, and it's not just that. And in fact, I've got to add this. So rather than just getting people jobs within the NHS, and I think the NHS would love us, We've tried to get you sort of qualifications with IATA, and we had to chat with these, you know, and they're a big organisation, but they're a bit like aliens. They were watching us first before they made content, because they didn't know this group was going to be political and slate airlines. That's what this not group's about. But one of our major achievements, and again, you might not know, is the opening. When we started, was the Christmas market, but now the crew market. Now, I don't know if you guys have even seen it. It is looking very much like Not on the High Street now, Etsy. It's really stylish, and Gemma Brazier from Crew Businesses, along with ourselves, have absolutely brilliant. We've really worked hard on this. We've had meetings. I mean, I literally, not that I've done many flights this year, but I literally landed back from a flight, zoomed down straight to Bournemouth to see these guys, and then to get stuck into what was a really successful market over Christmas. Now, it could have ended there, but we decided to keep the market up. The reason being, you guys were quite amazing, actual entrepreneurs. So in future, we've kept the Christmas market going. And again, please, if you have got a business, join us there, because we can really help promote you. We can look after your credit card processing, everything there. And for new shows for our YouTube channel, hence why we do it, on the Crew Business, we're going to be interviewing finance people, like bank managers, not the bank manager, but investment people, people from the HMSRC to go through tax details, because I know these things scare new crew starting businesses as well, and also copyright, the patent office. So we've got some amazing guests coming on. So it has expanded. So just remember, it's not just a Facebook group there. Yeah. Any words to that?
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head again with the crew market. What an absolute tremendous success! Brilliant work by Gemma, who has done the majority of the work. I've got to say, like, you and Gemma really at the very beginning. All me and Alex did was kind of promote a kind of thing, and the items and do the shows and all that. But you did all the groundwork. But what a success that has been! But also the launch of our website as well. Yeah. Which was kind of like launched. It's only the landing page, I've got to say as well, because guys, don't worry. Like phase 2, when it comes to launching the website, is it phase 2 or 3?
No, we're on phase 1 now, which is it's like a landing ground, but it gets you to where you need to go. Phase 2's really exciting. Phase 3, I can't even mention a word. It's going to be very exciting.
But if you go to www.notjustcrew.com, you'll see our landing page, and you'll see what we've already accomplished. You'll see our testimonials, and you'll also see options and links to the crew market and various other things on there. Okay, these are just other things that we've done. So we're not just a Facebook group page. Honestly, we're not. I mean, those people who maybe have just joined Not Just Crew might just think we are, because that's all they're singing. But there's so many skins to our massive onion that if you peel away, you're gonna get you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. You're gonna get, it's gonna take you on a bit of a journey. But also, this group, it's not just a Facebook group page, because it's not just a supportive network, as what I was saying. It gives so much comfort to many out there. I mean, on Facebook, right? We've got 9,000 members, right? That's what it's saying. I know there's more than that in there. I don't really understand what's going on with Facebook at the moment. But if you look at that actual group page as well, like the topics have even changed to hashtag job opportunities, hashtag Not Just Crew past shows. Everything's changed within the group. So that's kind of what's obviously been going on. Something's changed within Facebook, public group settings or whatever. And that's why it's made it mega public. But I'll go back to it. I'll get it out eventually. When it comes to our members who are suffering as well with personal problems, anything mental health problems, okay, this is where Not Just Crew is a tower of strength and support also, right? No word of a lie. Everybody who has been struggling, and then go close up, Trev, go close up. But everybody who has been struggling, this has become a bit of a go-to place where we can keep it all under wraps, but speak to each other. and kind of be a sounding board to each other and let each other know and know that you're not alone. Sometimes you can't go to your nearest and dearest, okay? And that's fine. And I'll tell you all the time, when I do my Saturday summaries, don't suffer in silence and don't be alone, because this is a group, right, that it's just not here to do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 things. It's here to support and be your friend, okay? To support you as a friend and to give you experiences that I might have gone through, that somebody else I know might have gone through, and to help you out on a personal, mental kind of like positive note. So it's so much more than just offering your services. It's giving you the support that you might need if you find yourself suffering, because it's amazing, you know, if you've got some kind of like problems and it's to tell a complete stranger, it's quite liberating. It's a release, because that's the biggest step, to get it out there first and foremost, and just offload. Offloading is key. I swear to God, I know all about that. You know, I've offloaded a load of times. I've never been arrested for it yet, but just to release and offload and get it off your chest and have somebody listen to you is invaluable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because the other thing we're launching, again, so many things are being launched that I forget about to tell you half the time. If you go to our website, you can sign up for our new newsletter. We're going to give it a title. We don't know what it is, but it's going to be a monthly summary of what we've been doing. But Simon's mentioned there'll be some mental health articles on there. Crew businesses, market, a review of everything. So sign up to that as well. Anything that gets us noticed by advertisers as well. You might have seen yesterday, not all of you, but you know, we're already started being noticed by the national TV media and hopefully the print media soon. So all these things are taking us forward. It's all issues for crews. And can I sort of say here now, it's not just the UK. I mean, we're getting asked for advice from all over the world. I mean, Simon Bell will probably run through the countries we have members from have absolutely amazing. Now, there's members who've just joined and clicked. They're members who sort of message us and that. It's been absolutely amazing. In fact, I will go into option 3 at the moment, but so much has happened actually. In fact, I was going to sort of bring Simon in to ask about the international members as well. I'm trying to think how many countries with. It's a fair few, isn't it?
Believe it or not, Trev, it's 78 different countries, okay, that we have memberships from, okay, and it's 80 different airlines that we have members from, okay. It's unbelievable. It's worldwide. It's been like that for ages. I've talked to people over in Canada, Australia, America, you know, in the Caribbean, Africa, and I have like private conversations with these guys, you know, and it's mind blowing, you know, that the words of encouragement and support that I get from these guys from all these different countries, it's great. It's absolutely great. This is what keeps us going, because we don't know any end to this. And listen, we aren't professionals, right? By any way, means, you know, any way, shape or form. Me and Trev are not professionals. We are just going by the you know, a wing and a prayer. That's what we're doing, and we're just taking it wherever we can. And you are coming along, and you're giving us the kind of like fuel for us to keep going forward. And listen, sometimes we might make mistakes. Listen, we're only human. We're not professionals, like I said. And if we do make mistakes, you've got to please bear with us. You know, sometimes I'm getting messages going, "Come on, admin, why have you not sorted this out?" and all that. I've got a full-time job as well, you know. I work for the NHS. I'm working on the road. It's not easy for us. Easy for me to like get to like what's going on in the group at this point, you know, whatever's happening then, or to get to you straight away. I wish I could. I really wish I could, but I can't, and neither can Trev. But we're doing the very best we can, and which brings me on to like, obviously, our own personal kind of like circumstances. I mean, Trev still works for Virgin. Luckily, still works for Virgin. However, furloughed, all of that stress going on, like so many duties did, where you weren't sure if you're going to keep your job or not. But like Trev got a family, he's got 3 girls, like I've got 2 girls. He's got his other half at home, Julie. I've got Steph at home. And like it's been such a struggle for all of us. It has really been such a struggle for all of us. My wife, she works at Virgin still, but she's not been well recently. She's been off work for over a year, and you know, it's impacted us all. I mean, she's still not back to work. She's still a slow recovery. Everything, you know, it's a slow process. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, it's a struggle, and we're all feeling the struggle. Okay, Trev's feeling it. I'm feeling it. Gemma's feeling it. You know, like Alex has been going through it, and like it just all of you guys feel it too. So you're not alone. We feel these exact same things that you do. We've all had the financial burdens, and we all still do have those financial burdens. But like, we're going to get through it, okay, guys? So like, just please, just have a bit more patience with us. If you feel like, you know, you're getting frustrated, but like, just realise that we're going through problems as well. You know, we're in it together.
Yeah, absolutely, Simon. Yeah, really good point. Listen, guys, I know I can see lots of questions coming up. We're going to do those at the end, so keep those coming in. Thank you very much for that. I know we've got lots of younger sort of viewers who might not sort of know the background and not just crew. Again, it literally started as crew. The idea was all of a sudden we used to work as a team, and all of a sudden we become isolated, and crew like talking to each other. So this was just so, as Simon used the word earlier, just to offload to each other. Younger members, you might not remember Simon and I. We used to be on TV a lot in the 1990s. If you just Google Trevor and Simon, you can sort of see our background story on Saturday morning TV. That's just for our younger viewers, because they might not know our backgrounds there. Anyway, so there are lots of messages coming in, but should we go on to option 3, which we sort of already sort of discussed. This was it. We keep the group public, and other than this one incident, really, we haven't had too many problems. And this way, we could use it to see. How can I put it? You'd see some information, but it wouldn't be as in depth as we would like, or as private as we like. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's summarised. Let's keep it public. But we're going to have a newsletter, but you have to use your airline ID to sign up, which is something I know a lot of people don't like to use. In fact, we even have complaints about it. In fact, I got a message saying, "Oh, I've never been asked for my airline ID ever." Well,
yeah, but remember as well, a lot of the questions, Trev, was like basically saying that a lot of people don't have airline emails anymore as well. So like, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, you could use your own email to sign up for the newsletter. You know, it doesn't have to be the airline email, but...
I'm not really in favour of option 3, but it's an option we had to put out there. I've
got to say as well, though, Trev, like, once this group, if this group goes private, then it can't go back to being public, right? So what that means is that all the members, so hopefully 10,000 members within the group, okay, it's a private group, it's a closed group, and the only people who can invite anybody to this group is admin or yourselves. So, but then obviously that has to go through like admin from that, okay? So it is closed. It is a closed group. So, but there's no going back, basically. So what the implications are for a group going private for not just crew is that outside sponsorship, outside investment, access is closed for all of those possibilities, which is obviously means that like, because we want obviously to get money from those guys to keep everything going in-house with everything that we're doing. So that closes that portal. So it just creates a bit of a situation, okay? So this is why we've got to think long and hard about what we need to do, because once we do go private, there's no going back. You can't change your Facebook group back to public, Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, option 4. Si, can you remember that off the top of your head? I have got it here if you need it.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's let's just call it a day. Naff off. Close the group. End it all now. And
It's been good while it lasts.
Yeah, league is all in God knows what state, and off we go. And who gives a shit? Not just crew. Remember that thing that lasted for like a year? You know, those two buffoons who used to run it, kind of thing. Yeah, that's option 4.
Yeah, and you got to look. You know, I hope you won't choose that option, because I don't really want to give it up. And you've got to look at the previous sort of. We've had some brilliant co-presenters. Paul Tizard did a fantastic program on interview skills last week. You can see that on YouTube now. And Ali and Paul did one just on working on your social media as well, LinkedIn. In fact, we've had a few programs on LinkedIn because that seems to be the big thing. And also, if you don't know, there's a new social media platform called Clubhouse. Now, believe it or not, and I know what a crew like, they like exclusive things. You can't just join. You literally have to be invited. And I've literally got 5 invites to give away. So if anyone wants to join Clubhouse, you register first, and then you wait to be let in. It's quite exclusive, but it's quite amazing. You do get to speak to some very top people. And when I say top to people, I don't mean message just via text. You literally get to speak to people. Paul's had a couple of presentations on there. I've had one. Alex has had loads. Simon's a member. So if you do want an invite, register with Clubhouse first, then email me at the address here. And literally the first 5, I will give you an invite to join Clubhouse. Great for entrepreneurs and great for sort of special interests as well. Now, before we sort of go to the questions side, I know we had a few questions yesterday about the costs. How can it cost and it's roughly about £100 a month, really. But where are those costs? Where do they come in? Well, this we've touched on this a bit before, but this platform is quite expensive. It's not cheap because we have it's like a proper studio inside, and I can put up titles, bring guests in, change microphone settings. But we also, after this is usually finished, it usually goes straight off to where's it go? Malaya? No, where's it go? Sorry, it goes abroad. What country?
Yeah, it goes. It gets edited. Basically, this all gets edited, right?
Even before the editing, It's got to be scripted to see if there's interesting parts. So somebody actually sits down in Kuala Lumpur and listens to all our voices. So you know, and then she cuts out most of what Simon says and leaves me in. And then, and then it comes back to the UK to a producer to produce. Then we add music. Which has got to be paid for. It's all licensed stuff. So, and then it's published onto YouTube. That bit's free, which is handy. But then it's published on the podcast as well, iTunes, Spotify, etc. And what's the other one? You might have seen that title when we first came in, the technology one. So we've invested in technology. That's all got to be paid for. The crew market. That's got to be paid for. These sites have got to be paid for every single month. So hence, because honestly, so many questions. Why is it? How can it possibly cost £100 a month?
Yeah, we were paid. Obviously, we registered on obviously not just crew as a business, right? We had to, because obviously the money that we were putting into it, we had to register it as a business. We had to create a business account. So me and you every month, Trevor, we're putting £150 in to this as a business.
Yeah,
and that's everything was coming out there. Direct debits, Spotify, 123 Reg, StreamYard. We've got other people working for us as well to put the productions together. Everybody needs paying. Everybody wants money. We enjoy doing this, right? There's no getting away from it. Undeniably, right? We love it. Some people might like to go out and play golf. We do like to go out and play golf. But anyway, we enjoy doing this as well. So we are okay about putting our money in. But when it gets to a point where kind of it's oh shit, it's this, it's getting more money is needed to go in kind of thing. That's when it kind of becomes an issue. So this is why we need to get investment This is why we need to hopefully get sponsorship. This is the route we want to go down. We don't want to impact on our members whatsoever with stupid subscriptions or anything like that. If you guys want to contribute to Not Just Crew, like if you want, then we're not going to stop you from doing that. We can provide a link for you to do that. Not a problem. But we don't want to be charging you a subscription. I wouldn't want to be doing that, right? Okay. But you know the true value of what we are giving you, right? It's CVs, it's job opportunities, it's resume options, it's interview techniques. We're giving you advice on how to create LinkedIn pages. We're giving you shows every week of people who've faced, like, you know, terrible situations and turned it around and gone on to better. It's so much stuff that it's been given, right? So it's going to keep going. But like, we are looking for help externally, but we also need your help, guys, as well, with the YouTube channel subscription. That's free, by the way. All you got to do is go to the YouTube channel, Not Just Crew. It's free. You just have to subscribe. It's called pressing a button and saying subscribe, and you're done. Yeah. That's all you got to do. We need that going up there so YouTube gets to notice us. Obviously, that's a long game. That's going to take ages, but please do it, and get your friends to all do it as well. And obviously, if we get to like 10,000 in our Facebook group as well, that's the number we're happy with. We can stay with. We can close the group, right? Keep everything in house, and we can give you exclusive content within our Facebook group. But we need to get to where we need to be, like as Not Just Crew.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, say, because the questions are really, really mounted, and thank you all for everything you've done over these last 24 hours. And I say at first, I mean, Simon saw this, and I even put a message. There were a few. I hate that word because it's so a few haters out there. But I was really humbled about how quickly and how many of you actually jumped to our defence. So thank you so much. For that, but say everything Simon said. All you need to do is just click on the link, and that helps us. It's like go to iTunes, subscribe, because a lot of you probably didn't know we did audio podcasts. Go to iTunes podcast, Not Just Crew, subscribe. A nice star review really helps as well. And you guys know how it all works, especially with this voice of the customer, where it's exactly the same with channels. The more nice remarks you get, or the more people subscribe to your content, it helps us, and it helps us not only help Crew in the UK but worldwide, because as Crew we deal with the same I won't swear here, we deal with the same events globally, no matter what language you speak. Believe me, you get off that plane in the same mood when you land somewhere, regardless of your nationality. The same when you get on. Same with briefings. So this could be. I didn't know it was going to turn out like this, by the way. But it's turned into something special, and we want to carry on. Oh, you did, yeah, you did.
I did, mate, yeah.
I must admit, I remember you wrote a note to me.
I did. Me and the Colonel, we knew.
That's right. Yeah.
no, like what you said, what you're saying, Trev, big stuff. This group has been the best thing, I've got to say, that other than flying, it's the best thing that I've ever probably been a part of. Okay, obviously the NHS working for the ambulance service as well and helping people, but the third best thing has been this. But like, because I swear to God, it brings out the best in people. Okay, it brings out the best in people. It just goes to show that people will go out the way to offer their advice, hints, tips, whatever it may be, to get somebody. It's just a little thing, you know. It's just a tiny little thing that you might think that you're doing, but it's not, because like it's given over nearly 500 people jobs because of the advice that you've given people. Okay, the insight that other people haven't got. Yeah. Now it's an advantage, isn't it? It's a massive advantage, and that's why this group needs to like move forward and strive, survive, keep alive, and invent the beehive. So yeah, we need to keep it going, guys, because what we have at the moment is just way too good to ever even think about giving up. And like we wouldn't. As long as you guys want us, then we will still be here. Okay, I'm just looking at myself over there, and the thing is so ridiculous, you idiot. But anyway, so we will never go anywhere because we know how invaluable this group is, and I need it just as much as what you guys need it. Okay, believe you me, I really do. And it's just such a fantastic place to be, like, you know, existent. And you give as much to me as what you probably think I give to you, but you're doing more for me, you know, than what you'll ever understand. So thank you, guys.
Oh, good. Did I time that right? Yeah, well done. Absolutely.
I knew you were coming in.
Yeah, again, that's right. No, you did. No, thank you so much. So we'll go to some questions, and we'll try to answer them. Just while I'm trying to get to the first one, because I will do them in order. Just remember, and I'll tell you what, even if you can invite 2 people into this group while it's still public, if they're sort of crew, so 2 crew members, you know, or aviation base, and we'll hit, because Simon, we're not far off 10,000 now anyway, are we?
It's really, see what's happened with Facebook. It's super strange, right? Like on one post, like when I go to admin and look at members, it says 9,944. But then when you go to the actual page, it just says 8,900 on one of me mobile phones, and then on the other mobile phone it says 9,000 members. So which one do you actually believe? It's crazy. I don't understand it. But yeah, a lot of members.
No, you're absolutely right. And what in fact, I'm glad you brought that point up. What we might have to do as well is actually pay for a sort of professional Facebook sort of platform. The reason being, algorithms get changed the moment because 10,000 members is such a game changer, and the next one up from 10,000 is like 50,000. They miss out the bits. Yeah, no, it is. I know what it is. But when they start noticing you, so they muck around with algorithms, and some of you might not be seeing. We put out a post, but the way the algorithms work, you might not see that post for 2 days, and it's really, really frustrating because we advertise some really good shows with some really good guests, but people don't see the post until it's too late. So hence we do the events. But that might be another cost we might have to do. Anyway, I'll go to the questions.
Go to the questions. Go to the questions.
Yeah, what's the first one? Right. Glad to see you shaved for the occasion. Is that me or Simon? Because I've had a beard for a couple of years now, so I'm guessing that's you, Simon.
Just post up the questions that are relevant.
That was. Listen, all our members have got a right to know. Right. Okay. Next question. Right. Show me the money. Right. Okay. Goes back to the film.
I'll ask. Right. Claire Henry is asking, how do we subscribe? Sorry, missed a lot of the live chat. Thank you so much to you all. How do we subscribe?
Subscribe to YouTube very easily.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, YouTube literally it can either post out a link again on this group, or if you just go to YouTube, and we've literally, as from today, because we've reached a threshold, we've got our own unique address, which is youtube.com/C/not just crew. That's our address. Or if you just type "not just crew" into YouTube, we actually appear very, very quickly, and press subscribe on there. But while you're there, also subscribe to our podcast straight after. Go to iTunes and sign up for our newsletter as well. Right. Okay.
We've got Rachel Jacks. She says, I need to get my business in the crew market. Absolutely, Rachel. Listen, don't worry about that. We've got some. Sorry. I was going to say, Gemma and I at the moment are working on a way to get businesses onto the crew market really quickly. You've got to understand, it's been quite busy, and there's only sort of a couple of us, but it's looking very nice. And I'll tell you what, it's literally, just
since the show's finished, go to the crewmarket.com. In fact, Jem, I'm not sure if you're watching. I'm not sure if that is the address at the moment. I think it is crewmarket.com. Have a look there.
Just put it on. She's just put it on. She's just put the link on there now. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well, go and have a look at there afterwards. You will see it's literally like Etsy. It's very, and these are artisan products, but we're also, in fact, you come up to a very good point there. We're looking to do literally accommodation there, holidays, services. So there's so much coming up. So if you've got a crew business, or even if say, we had these programs at Christmas, but if you're thinking about starting a business, it can be quite terrifying. But we've got experts coming up. But you can have, you can even listen. I think it's a £1 an item, so way cheaper than not on the high street or that lot. And all you do, and that just covers our costs, by the way. But from that, you can have a taste for business. We do all your credit card processing for you. We look after your orders, i.e., we send them to you, so you haven't really got to interact with the customer directly yourself. Right. So I'll pop up a couple more, so I know you can see. I can't actually see the names here, guys. It just says Facebook user to me. But next one here. Yes, it does. It does. Thank you very much for that. But Simon and I say we do enjoy doing these, and say Gemma's a big part of our team as well as our co-presenters. And so we've had Paul Tizard, Jen Parker, Ali Murphy, Tara Pancho as well, and they've been absolutely wonderful, and they've been giving up their team as well. Got stuck in Vegas with you once. That must be you, so I don't think I've ever been stuck in Vegas. Again, I can't see the name.
You've been stuck in a few times, though.
I have. No, it's a very nice comments here, so thank you very much for there. Phase 2, I'm sure that's referring to our new website. So the website we've got at the moment is our phase 1. It literally gives us as it said, it's a landing page. It's where you can get some brief information, sign up for our newsletter. It won't be called newsletter for that much longer, but we're sort of working on that. And what else we got? I know Gemma's and that's our address now. And that's for the new website. Newcastle Airport, very quiet at the moment, Si. Very, very quiet. I don't think you've seen that yourself since we met up in September.
Well, actually, I did. Yeah, well, it was. I mean, when I flew down to Bournemouth in September, all those years ago, whenever it was. But yeah, very, very quiet, very eerie, awful place. But anyway, guys, like what we're trying to say is like they're the options on the table, right? I mean, we can briefly summarize them. It's like you pay a monthly subscription. You can go, that's option 1. Option 2 is that you get over and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is just basically not just crew. Hit that subscribe button, you're done. And we get the 10,000 members on Facebook, and it doesn't cost you a penny unless you want to contribute in whatever way, shape or form as like a donation into the group kind of thing, just to keep that funding. Option 3 is we keep it public and everything goes as it is, and we just kind of ignore that last comment and what that unfortunate wonderful young lady had just been through with her work, and everybody can kind of still see what's going on within the group. That means if we do stay public, we can still get potential investment from like other companies and other organizations, and all of that sponsorship wise. Everyone can see us. It's a public group. Everyone can see the post, but then also everyone can see your posts. So do we keep it public, or do we go option 2, keep it private, get it in private, but you have to meet those requirements? Or 4, do we just pack it in all together and just call it quits, the end? So basically, guys, there are the 4 options that we've got. I think you all know as well as what we already know which options are the ones, or the one, whatever, is the most suitable one for us. We don't want to ask you for money. We're not asking you for money, so don't worry about that. That's not the thing. We're looking for investment to come from other areas, okay? So they are your 4 choices, guys, and this is what this show this evening was all about. Don't forget what Not Just Crew is here for, and it's here for you, right? So there's your 4 options. Me and Trev have kind of had a bit of a rough 3 days. We have. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty full on. But it's kind of like all kind of things that happen in the world of business. I get business. So who the hell am I talking business? But whatever. It's these things do happen. I've been told, and you just got to get on with it. You roll the dice. You deal with it. You move forward. You know, and you take all the negatives, turn them into positives. Make things work for you, make things work for your company, and make things work for your like kind of like, I'm going to say followers, members, because we want to look after you. Okay, so please just come on, like, you know, rally together, guys. None of this like, you know, against each other. If this group does go private, then at least it's all closed off, and then it can be like facilitated, policed, and monitorized way better than what it is public. Absolutely, it's a no-brainer, but it does come with implications for like obviously what me and Trevor are doing. So let's do it.
Yeah, it does, because I say once we do go private, we sort of literally go off radar, and we always wanted to invite more crew. It's say literally about crew. So we've got some amazing content coming up for you soon, and some in different languages, by the way. But I mean, that'll be more on our YouTube as well, because we want this to go truly global. But also tell us what you'd like to watch or listen to as well. You know, that's where your input's important as well. Give us topics you'd like to discuss. Now, the good thing about having a YouTube channel, if we do a program and we don't get that sort of many viewers, it could be on I don't know, Sunday night when everyone's busy, but at least on YouTube we can sort of build up the viewers on there, because a lot of the times these subjects are interest to a lot of people, but they don't always want to watch it literally at that time. So you know, that's the way forward. So there's a few questions coming in here. Somebody else subscribed. Thank you so, and those who've already subscribed, thank you so much. So Simon, I can't see the names, but oh yeah,
that's Lisa Fryer. Lisa. Oh, Fryer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. But yeah, I mean, look, this channel's certainly kept us busy over this last year. I know we're not quite at a year yet, and it's also changed massively. Honestly, that first episode, if you look in the archives, was a technical mess. Fun, but a technical mess. But we enjoyed it. In fact, next week, Matt Dockery, is coming back on. He was one of our first guests. And if you remember him, he was on Sky News. He was so...
Remember him.
Yeah.
Remember him. The guy who nearly died.
But not everyone will know him. Matt, no offense if you are watching, but yeah, join us. So we're gonna have a quick catch up with Matt next week. Now, a note for your diary: on the 15th of March, one of our sponsors. This is what we've been trying to do. Is we. By the way, we only go with advertisers who share the same ethos and sort of values as us. But around this time, I usually like a pot noodle. So it won't be going down that it won't be going down that road. It's literally
just the one.
And followed by Carling Black Label. No, it won't be going down those roads. It's got to be stuff we believe in. But Care Skills Pros, they are taking sort of crew into the care industry. And that's because your crew, you'll be fast-tracked, and you can also gain a professional qualification. But they're joining us on the 15th of March. So please, it's worth tuning in, because even if you are still flying, keep your job, you might want to change your career. I mean, a year on the grounds sort of might be so many have. So, I mean, take one of our previous guests, David Gott, this time last year. He didn't think in fact, he even put a post on Facebook. He didn't expect to be working on a station platform a year later, and he's done so
not legally anywhere.
That I don't know. I'll leave that to your imagination. But guys, Si, can you see any more questions come up?
No,
I don't want to
I
miss
just-
anyone
I
out. And thank you for putting them up, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Louise Collins was asking, with option 2, is that on Facebook still or just YouTube?
So, on which one? Sorry, repeat
On
the question.
option 2, is
Yeah.
that on Facebook or is it still YouTube? Well, it's both.
Yeah, it's both. So if for Facebook, because we need to hit that 10, and we are so close to it, even though you'll see on the page it says 9,000, we're actually, well, Simon mentioned the figures earlier, but we're not that far.
Over 10, over 9, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get it on the public one tonight.
But if you can invite 2 crew members each, once we're at that threshold, and so we're looking to
not just crew though. Just I'm talking about if you can invite anybody like travel industry, aviation, kind of like ethos, kind of who's get like advantage from this and they want to join. Just get them to join. Bring them on board. Bring them into the family. Let's welcome them. Let's get to that 10,000 and close that. Let's just close it off, and then we've got everybody. Let's get everybody in that group. Let's close the group off. We're all in-house. We're all sealed off. There's a tsunami going to hit soon, but we're all protected because we're in that group, and we can all help each other out with the knowledge that we've got at the moment, and keep it all together.
Yeah. So look. So in summary, we can help you out if you want to start your own business. Literally everything. But if you want to change careers, we can help you there. Simon's already mentioned the sort of mental health sort of issues there. There's so much we can help you with, and even if we can't, we're still sort of a shoulder to cry on, and we can usually find people who could help you. It's not just these shows. The private mail that we get, messages we get from you guys is really quite eye-watering sometimes. It really is, but some really positive stories out there as well. And crew businesses, if you join us on the market, we intend to do shows like this but on our crew businesses page, and then they're all going to YouTube eventually. So, and there's lots going on, and even an Instagram channel. We will have an Instagram channel. You'll see Simon and I on the beach somewhere, having a beach party.
I'll be there. I'll be there with the 5-litre box of wine. That's where I'll be. 5-litre box of wine, a couple of cups. Anybody wants to come and join me with me 5-litre Sauvignon Blanc or Chablis or whatever it is. That's where I'll be. But I'll pour you a glass of me $7.99.
Yeah, and also again with the YouTube, and even here we're going to be doing more locations. Gemma and I did and I really enjoyed that, and you've all heard of it, playing Reclaimers there. That was quite emotional, going through these big aircrafts with holes in, with rain coming down in the crew rest areas and all this lot. And it was quite sad, but really quite sad. So we intend to do more location stuff everywhere, hence why the YouTube channel is so important. So please.
Yeah, but we've also got Vanessa Gomez, if anyone remembers Vanessa Gomez, who's doing a podcast and a show from us from France. We've got Heidi Cole, who's flying all over the place as we speak. She's providing us videos and podcasts of where she's currently or what she's doing, and giving us information about the islands that she's visiting. We've got Marco Piglia from Italy, who was one of our previous guests also. All of these were previous guests who were doing amazing things and doing our podcasts from all different countries and all different languages. It's there's more things going on, guys, for you to get excited about it, to enjoy, to enjoy.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I don't know about you, my friend, but I'm just trying to think. I think we're sort of
hungry. You're hungry?
No, not hungry. No, not hungry. But it's been. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's because it's been a busy week, and I've still got SCP to do as well. So other than that, my friends, anything to add?
Yeah. Right. So we will put a poll up. We'll go option 1, 2, 3, or 4. Right. 4 will just be there because if anyone clicks that, I'm going to come and get you big style. You know what I mean? I'm coming down from Newcastle and I'm going to karate chop your ass. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you click whichever option you want, and we will go with the overwhelming majority of what you guys want within this group. That's the announcement. This is the options we wanted to put to you. Don't worry, it's all okay. We love our members, okay? We want to look after all of you. So just whichever one we decide, and then we will implement that on April the 2nd, not the 1st. I don't want any unluckiness
for
going on here.
obvious reasons.
Yeah, we'll do it on April the 2nd, and we'll make the announcement obviously before that. Once we get the kind of overriding feeling from you all. Carol Wallace was asking, how do I donate to Not Just Crew? We haven't even decided it yet. We haven't even decided. We have no clue because it's never been a thing. But we'll come out. We'll sort something out with that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But
and it will help, by the way. But it will help. But we're certainly not asking for it. We'll come up with some link if you can. You know. But yeah, it's been brilliant. So I was going to ask Simon what's coming up in your Simon Saturday summary, but I've got an idea.
Yeah,
I know what most of the topic will be.
But I'm at work on Saturday, but I swear to God, judging by Trev talks last week, I'm definitely going to do it even though I'm at work. So don't worry about that. Play, man. If I've got to fit that in between doing CPR or any other life-saving skills, then I'll do it just to save our community from enduring that shite. I'm joking.
No, the Trev talks were work of genius, but you don't understand to keep it short and sweet.
There was something missing off the end of that. Trev talks.
Too much. Well, I'll try to keep it quiet.
I'll do it. I'll fit the Saturday summary in at work on my break coming up this Saturday. But obviously we've got Matt on Monday coming up. Please tune in, guys, because obviously Matt's been through so much. Okay.
Yeah.
You remember the struggles that guy went through. Nearly frigging died, for God's sake. You know what I mean? The impact it had on his family. Luckily, he's coming back on the show and he's going to share his story of his recovery with us on Monday night. Trev's going to be there with him. I'm at work, unfortunately. And listen, ask him anything, or get it emotional. I'm sure it will be an emotional show as well. And I'm so glad that Matt's come on. I'll try and jump on myself, if I'm still lurking around on the station by some freak of nature. I haven't got a job, but tune in. Tuesday night. Tuesday. Jesus Christ.
Tuesday, Simon.
Saturday's back end, Saturday summary. Load of crap.
Yeah, you'll confuse that with the Trev talks. Right. Okay. But yeah, guys, what can I say? Listen, I hope that's cleared everything up. If you've got any more questions, please let us know. We'll do our best to answer them, but hopefully that's put a lot of your minds at rest as well as to where we are. But all this has happened so quickly. A year in business is not a long time, but we're doing our best. But we do enjoy it, honestly. But yeah, send us your input, help us out in the smallest ways, like these subscribing would be absolutely wonderful.
I've got just before we go, I'll just finish off, right? The input and the support I get from members of this community is unreal. There's too many names to mention. There's I'm sure the ladies
was it me?
know who. No, not you. Don't give it anything. No. But the ladies who I'm talking about, they know who they are in question. It's the usual suspects who have my back all the time, right? And is there to support me, and I'm there to support you as well. So don't forget that, girls, right? But all in all, the community that we have is absolutely unbelievable. You guys rock. You're the absolute cornerstones. You're the foundations of what this group's all about. And don't ever crumble, okay? Just keep it going. Legends, and let's just keep moving forward, Not Just Crew, and you keep doing your bit as you are already to make this even stronger than what it can be. Let's build on this together, okay, guys?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, on that note, join Simon on Saturday. Join me on Monday with Matt Dockeray. And other than that, thank you very much. We'll cue titles. Bye.
Not Just Crew has been internationally inspired by you.